Hello, everybody. I feel like some of you are finishing at the same time as me, and I feel like I haven't got to see anybody online for quite a while now. So it's good to see you if I've seen your smiling faces before throughout this process. But I'm just going to quickly go through my e-portfolio. I think I've finally got everything where it needs to be, or hopefully I do. So this is my artifacts folder. Everything that we were supposed to put in here should be in here. And my goals video, this basically just talks about why I started this and kind of my background in education. And many of you know I went from teaching in the classroom to being a college basketball coach, and then back into the classroom where I taught PE and social studies and several different subjects, language arts, and now on to the administrative side. This is my leadership philosophy paper, and it feels like I've done it so long ago that I don't even remember. No, I'm just kidding. But this is all about how I see leadership and how I have a very soft spot for our students with SPED or even disabilities really of any sorts, which is where my passion for education started back in middle school for me. But I believe that every day our role as an educator is to be a champion for all kids, and that's what I talk about throughout this leadership philosophy. I talk about not having a cookie cutter, or not everybody can fit into one little box, so we have to broaden our horizons and look to help all of our students in regardless of what their needs may be. My plan of study, this was kind of a fast course for me. I started this program just to get my non-degree seeking leadership endorsement. I started it last January and finishing up hopefully here in a couple of weeks. So this just talks about where I was at and what classes I took when. Like I said, I wanted to do this pretty quickly. I actually have talked a lot about not wanting to do this and go back to school, but I see the end is in sight, and this talks about kind of my career and where I've gone, what I've done, and where I'm headed. So nothing fancy. And then my resume, I was at the college for 9 years, so my teaching experience started in 2004 when I graduated from college, but I took a break and went out to be the college basketball coach here in town, and then came back into public ed in 2016. So this just lines out my resume, where I've been, and kind of what my careers look like up to this point. This annotated bibliography, holy moly, I'm sure many of you are feeling the same way. This sucker was a lot of work. I do see the point behind it, however, so I will throw that little plug in. But wow, just the taking the time to find all the articles and making sure it matched what the questions were that we were given, and then just to summarize and assess. The reflection piece was probably my favorite. Many of them were similar, many of them were different, but all in all, just a huge piece of work here. Probably my biggest piece of work, which was, I think, was the intent behind it. But I learned a lot, reflected a lot, and see the value in it to some degree, but very, very tedious, very monotonous. Here's my activity log. This was my favorite, putting together all the very cool things that we were doing. And I found that I thought this was going to be really hard, 150 hours in a very short amount of time, but actually I didn't realize all the things that I was already doing in our building as a building leader, a KISA team member, a district team member, just all the things. I do a lot with athletics in our buildings, so I was administrating games. I was working on our KISA plan for year 4. I helped with high school discipline. I got the opportunity to go to our elementary school where my kids attend school and shadow one of our administrators over there. I used a few different modules from our coursework here to meet some of the components. This was fun putting this together, and I really didn't think it took a tremendous amount of time. The hardest part of this for me was matching it to the standard. Was easy to match it to. The component I found a little bit more challenging. And then here's my activity component tracker. Throughout the activities that I did, I definitely found it most difficult to meet the needs of Standard 3. The equity, inclusiveness, and culture responsiveness piece was a little bit more challenging for me. And then learning instruction was probably my second hardest standard to come up with activities. The rest of it became, I was either doing it already or it became really natural and pretty easy. Building professional capacity was by far the easiest standard for me to meet. My district level activities, some of them I was already doing, some of them I got the pleasure of being tasked with because of this practicum. This is a strategic planning template that our superintendent asked me and another member of our team to come up with. So we worked on we're getting ready. We're in the very beginning stages of writing a new district strategic plan. The committee actually starts meeting the first week of May. So this is an ongoing process that I got to work with. This is a professional norms assignment that I used. What's this one? This is, we're trying to bridge the gap between our MTSS program at our elementary school and then bringing it over to what we call our go time or our tier time in our building. So this was just pulling an MTSS system of support from the elementary school and incorporating it into our middle school as well. So again, this is an ongoing intervention for our tier students during go time, which is right after lunch each day. This is KISA. I could have spent all 150 hours on KISA. I am the lead KISA person in our building, and I've been that person for 4 years now. We're going on year 5, and our KISA OVT meets this Wednesday, so I'm a little nervous about that, but this is just working through accreditation, and again, we're on year 4, so this took a lot of time. The elementary level activities was fun for me. I haven't ever really spent a lot of time in education over in the elementary school, so I got the opportunity to help our very, very talented principal over there through some different things. The teacher evaluation process I got to work on. I got to supervise the lunchroom for a couple days, which holy moly. Those teachers over there are angels. And then this is Title I. They are a Title I school, so I got to review what that means, their policies. And of course, this helps cultivate learning for students, and it creates an inclusive school culture. So they do a ton of stuff over there with Title that I got to learn about. This is their Pathways curriculum that they're working through. And we got to discuss this. I got to see this in action throughout the process as well. And then this was super fun. Kindergarten Roundup. Each year I got to go over there and we incorporate and help community members come in from all different partnerships to help with our kindergartners, getting them involved in the district for, depending on if they went to preschool, but getting them involved in the district over at the elementary school. It was a super fun evening. This is the master calendar that I got to sit with. It pretty much was set, but I did get to tweak some things and talk through some things with the building principal over there. So that was really fun. I reviewed some applicant materials for a 4th grade position they had available. And then I did lots of classroom observations with this very, very talented teacher that's sitting here in morning meeting with her class. So that's the elementary school. The secondary level activities is where I currently work. I'm going to have to hurry. I'm going to run out of time here. So this is a BLT meeting. I lead BLT meetings, come up with agendas and such. So this is what we did here. This is an advisory-based book that we utilize, and we've been trying to get all teachers to do this with fidelity in what we call our AB groups in the morning. I used an integrating ethics decision here to meet this component. I host a dodgeball tournament, and as you can see, it got rescheduled from March till this Wednesday. So it's going to be a busy day, but we model ethical practice during this dodgeball tournament. I created a school perception survey partly for KISA, partly to evaluate school culture, so that meets this component. This is Fall Frolic, where we develop strategies to improve school culture, which this is one of the best things that we do in the middle school that the kids and faculty absolutely love. So if you have a question about Fall Frolic, holler at me. It's really fun. And then People First Language was by far my very favorite module throughout this entire endorsement. I absolutely love this assignment. So I use that to advocate for supportive and inclusive school cultures. Leading Impact Teams is basically a new look at PLCs within our building. So we're trying to improve instruction based on assessment data. And by learning this, creating new impact teams, we feel like our staff will be better suited to assess data that we have from students. The double stuffed Oreo cookie, we were able to promote two-way communication with our with our friends in this coursework. And then when a student's rights are wronged was another assignment I used. This one might be a red flag. It's a case study. I kind of may have got this mixed up, but if I did, sorry. I like this case study a lot. We reviewed laws and policies in regards to ethical and equity issues and legal issues in special ed. And this is our digital citizen lesson, which I also liked, just learning appropriate ways to foster learning in ourselves and in others. Okay, I'm hurrying here. My administrative verification, I hope it's going to pop up here. Here they are, just from our building principal here and our building principal at the elementary school as well. And it looks like I uploaded the wrong one, but I'll fix it for the world to see. And then this is my reflection piece. I had a lot of preconceived notions about this practicum and about this coursework as a whole. I thought it's just kind of a money pit for me. But I do see, I don't know. I'm just happy that I did it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I was just named our building principal for next year, starting in August, and I'm actually doing that role part-time right now. So this program has truly played off for myself and my family, and I will get the opportunity to lead a fantastic staff and amazing kids next year in our building here at Liberty Middle School. And that is a wrap on my highlight video. I will post it here as soon as I'm finished. I've enjoyed this coursework. Dr. Moody, thank you for all your help answering all my silly questions. I couldn't have done it without you guys, and definitely Dr. Moody, you do great, and I appreciate you very, very much. Thank you, everybody, and I hope all of you are finishing up as I am and have that excitement and those butterflies to finally be done. So congratulations to all of you, and thanks so much for watching.